The most expensive problems in real estate aren't the ones that you can see. A cracked wall or a leaking roof is obvious, but the mistake that cost buyers thousands are buried deep inside HOA meeting minutes, hidden underground in sewer lines, or buried in underwriter income calculations days before closing. I'm walking you through the 4 hidden traps that looks completely normal, up right until the moment your deal falls apart. Trap number 1, the HOA with the second price tag. Let's start with the trap most buyers ignore when touring a condo or townhouse in the San Fernando Valley. Surface updates hiding a massive HOA debt. I recently represented buyers looking at a beautifully updated townhome in West Hills. Monthly HOA dues were around $500, completely manageable for their budget. Most buyers scrolled through the 200-page HOA packet looking at one thing: what's the monthly payment? But the real danger wasn't the monthly dues. It was buried on page 42 on the board meeting minutes. The HOA had been discussing major water intrusion repairs in the underground parking structure. Contractors had been submitted initial estimates, but because the assessment hadn't been formally billed yet, it didn't show up on page 1 on the HOA disclosures. So here is the catch. The HOA reserves were drastically underfunded. To pay for this multi-million-dollar repair, the community was going to have to charge a special assessment, borrow money, or spike monthly dues. Owner's potential share, tens of thousands of dollars. Because we went through the meeting minutes during our contingency period, my clients walked away safely with their earnest money deposit intact. Almost bought a beautiful kitchen attached to a massive financial nightmare. The takeaway here is when assessing an HOA property, don't just ask, what are the monthly dues? What major repairs or assessments are discussed in the last 24 months of meeting minutes? Have insurance premiums increased significantly? Are there any lawsuits pending against the HOA? Percentage of owners are currently late on their dues. The clean inspection illusion. The second trap happens on detached single-family homes with no HOA. You hire a great home inspector, get a 50-page report showing minor issues, a loose outlet, a slow drain, and you feel revealed. A standard general home inspection is strictly a visual, non-invasive examination of what is accessible on that day. Inspector cannot see through walls, beneath concrete slabs, or 100 feet underground. For example, a decade-old home in the valley with mature trees in the front yard, the sinks were drained fine during the open house. The inspector ran the water for 5 minutes with 0 issues. Because of the tree canopy and the age of the home, we ordered a separate sewer scope. Plumber ran the camera through the main line beneath the front yard. It hit a wall. 3 roots had invaded the older pipe joints, deforming the line. It ran fine for a 5-minute faucet test, but under the daily load of a family living there, it was weeks away from a complete backup into the house, a $15,000 to $25,000 excavation repair. Because we caught it during escrow, we used the sewer report to negotiate repair credits before closing. So the takeaway here is never confuse a general home inspection with a specialized due diligence. On home's age, location, and type, always consider targeted inspection for main sewer line, the roof and attic, the structure, drainage, and foundation, especially on hillside properties, chimneys and fireplace, HVAC system, and mold. Fresh paint can cover water stains, and running water doesn't mean clean pipes. Verify what's underground before removing your physical contingencies. Trap number 3 is the pre-approval. A buyer comes to me with a pre-approval letter, an official letterhead showing they're qualified up to $900,000. They feel confident, submit an aggressive offer with short contingency timelines, and put down a $27,000 deposit. And the file enters full underwriting, and the approval changes. Because many online pre-approval letters are generated by automated system relying on raw input or an initial reviews. A significant portion of their income came from businesses. In this client's case, a significant portion of their income came from bonuses and variable compensation. The automated system counted them all, but the human underwriter required a strict 2-year history for that specific variable income structure. Once recalculated along with the property's actual property tax bracket and insurance costs, his purchasing power dropped by $70,000. Takeaway here is, as both a realtor and mortgage broker, I tell buyers never to rely on a basic pre-qualification letter when placing a serious offer. Ask your loan officer these exact questions. Has a human underwriter actually reviewed my W-2s, tax returns, and variable income? Are you qualifying entirely on my base salary, or am I dependent on bonuses, overtime, or commission? Have the exact property taxes, HOA dues, and current insurance codes been run through the automated underwriting system? And during escrow, do not open new credit cards, finance furniture, make undocumented cash transfer, or switch jobs. The final trap happens when emotion completely overrides logic. It happens the second 2 words enter the conversation. Multiple offer. You fall in love with a home listed at $900,000. The listing agent announces we have multiple offers, sent highest and best by 5 p.m. Panic buyers start negotiating against a ghost. They threw another $30,000 at the price without knowing if competing offers are strong, what terms they have, or if the house will appraise. Here is the exercise I use with my clients to set a rational limit before deadline pressure takes over. The first question I ask is, if you win this home at $920,000 and find later the second highest best offer was only $905,000, will you still be happy with your purchase? Then I ask, if you lose this home by $5,000, will you deeply regret not offering more? True limits sits right between those two answers, supported by recent neighborhood comps and your personal cash reserves. Price isn't the only leverage. Sellers frequently choose lower offers with a stronger financing terms, larger down payments, or shorter inspection timelines over a risky high price. The takeaway here is the goal in real estate is not to win at any cost. The goal is to win at price and on terms that still make financial sense long after the excitement fades. To help you navigate all of this, I put together a free real estate due diligence and HOA red flag checklist. It outlines the exact red flags to look for in HOA documents, the specialized inspections to order, and the underwriting questions to ask your lender before removing contingencies. You can download it for free using the link in the description. If you're planning to buy or sell anywhere in Los Angeles or San Fernando Valley, especially here in West Hills, reach out to me directly. I would love to help you make a smart, informed move. Which of these 4 traps surprised you the most? I'm Cameron Yasnafar, licensed realtor since 2006. Thanks for watching, and remember to always make the smart move.